Hi guys, it's Sean from Gaslit. Thank you very much indeed. This video is all going to be on a hot water cylinder that we removed out of a commercial premises. And what I want to do is show you guys, I'm not going to name the place, but we work in some places which they deal with vulnerable people. So vulnerable people are the ends of the spectrum really, and the poorly ones in the middle. So you've got the very old, the very young, and the poorly. And so when it comes to Legionella, we've got to pay special attention to how we store hot water. So we took out a hot water cylinder. I'm going to cut it open outside, and I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside. Now, one of the things that Legionella and Legionella testing is all about is about stored water temperatures, making sure that we store the water at greater than 54 degrees, typically around 60. In high risk areas, that will be every 24 hours, it's got to reach that temperature. And in low risk areas, like our homes, they can reach that once a week. But limescale is a harbour for Legionella. So limescale around the edges of the taps, in the pipes, and in hot water cylinders. So I'm going to go outside and get it cut open. Right, here goes. We're going to cut the top of the cylinder off and see where it goes. It's going to get noisy. There's going to be bits dancing around everywhere, and there's a risk of cutting your hands. So certainly when you're using power tools. So let's go. That's right, so I've cut the top. Now let's have a little look inside. So not my straightest of cuts, I'll agree. There we are. That's our immersion heater. So this is what heats it electrically as it comes through. And we can just see the amount of limescale there. I hope it's come out in the video okay. Well, that didn't take a lot to snuff off, did it? So that is one of the, so that there is a thermostat. That's the thermostat piece there. So that creates a dry pocket and the stat goes inside that, and just look at the level of limescale that's on there. You see it all falling off, absolutely in bits. And let's have a look inside. So I'm just going to lift the camera up and show you inside of what it looks like. So this is in a high risk environment. So I'm not saying what sort of environment it was from, but it was either the very old, the very young, or the very poorly. So one of those three categories, or all three. I ain't going to reveal it, but let's have a little look inside. And then we can see the coil, which is here, and then we can see all the limescale all around this edge. Look, absolutely humming. And tip it out. You can see it. Hope this is all coming out in video, so this wasn't pre-recorded or anything. So there we are. You can still feel the chunks inside the cylinder. It's so bottom heavy, this one. So there we are. You can see this is just the loose stuff, and this is all limescale. So all the impurities are in the water, certainly down here in the southeast, and that's nothing what's still left inside that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down a bit further on and show you what it looks like down to the bottom of the cylinder. So I just want to show you on the cylinder as we're cutting it open. This is the cold water from the storage tanks down to the cylinder. As we look inside, you can't see it at all. The cold water in is actually under all that limescale. You cannot see that at all, that fitting down there. Obviously this is the coil, so this comes from the boiler, goes round and round in circles to heat up the water indirectly, which is the two bits there. Obviously we can only see the top part of the coil. So let's get this cut open and then we can see a bit more. So I'll open it up on the spot board. There's going to be a lot of rubbish coming out of this. Come off quite easy. You can see inside. It needs an extra link, I think. You can see where the cold water comes in. Literally below mountains of limescale, and this is what they'll call, you get block feeds coming down. I had one in the week, Friday night actually, we had a block feed. So this will be a very similar situation. Oh, right, there we are. I hope you can see that on the camera. It's the first time using this camera. You can just see the coil goes all the way to the bottom to go out. We could only see sort of the top half as it was coming through, because it was so buried up in the limescale. So the heat transfer to from the coil is massively being impaired because of the amount of limescale. It's not heating the water correctly. So putting aside the Legionella stuff and all this bacteria that it can harbour if we don't heat it correctly, and we're not supposed to have any. And look at what we got here. But the heat transfer, so the energy lost and the efficiencies of heating the hot water up is massively hindered, all because of the limescale. And then we have cold water inlets down there somewhere. So you can imagine that pipe is absolutely humming. So thank you very much indeed for watching this video. I hope it's been of a help in showing you what's inside a hot water cylinder. Hopefully in the future we can do some more videos on boilers and other bits and pieces, but I really want to get this one over because it was so heavy to lift. I knew it was full of limescale and I really wanted to show you. Take care, guys.